Hello friends, this video on Semiconductors Part 22 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till Part 21 before going ahead with Part 22. So now let us discuss about the active state of the transistor. So here we will mostly discuss about the active state of the transistor. What do we want to discuss here? In this slide, we will discuss about the current carrier paths in active state of the transistor. That means how does current flow in a transistor? Like how in case of diodes we saw that when external voltage is applied, there was diffusion current which gave rise to the electric field which caused drift current and all those things. Similarly, let us discuss the current carrier paths. That means how do the electrons or holes move about in case of a transistor. Okay, so now let us look at this PNP transistor where the emitter is P. That means the emitter in emitter region, which is the majority carriers, that is holes, right? And since we are discussing about the active state of a transistor, so the emitter base region is forward biased. If you see, positive is connected to positive and the base collector region is reverse biased. This positive is connected to this negative. So now the transistor is in active state. Now what happens here? What happens is that this positive being connected to the P type, what happens? The majority carrier in P type, that is holes. Now here these black dots represent electrons and the blank one, this represent holes and this represent electron. Right? So here if you see, because of this positive terminal, the holes which are majority carriers in P, they get repelled, and as a result they start moving towards the junction, or they start moving towards the emitter base junction. This is this blue line is the emitter base junction. So they start moving towards the emitter base junction. Now what happens? Since the base is very lightly doped, it is very thinly doped, right? So the current, these charge carriers coming from the emitter, they all enter the base. Now base is N region. So that means in base the majority carriers is electrons. In P the majority carrier was hole. In base the majority carrier is electron. But since the base is very lightly doped, so there are very few electrons in base to recombine with the holes which are coming from the P. So therefore only few electrons recombine with the only few holes which are coming from the emitter recombine with the electrons present in base, right? And the rest of them move to the collector. So it is somewhat like this. Let us suppose there are so many electrons coming from the emitter. Now these electrons reach the base and these holes reach the base. In base there are just one or two electrons because it is very lightly doped. Therefore the carrier electrons are very less. If it is heavily doped, it will have more carrier electrons, right? So very less electrons are there with which they recombine, and again the remaining move to the collector, right? So that is what happened. So that means in this case most of the holes or most of the charge carrier which came from the emitter, most of them reached the collector. Only a few combined with the electrons in the base. So this shows that base current, or we can say that the emitter current which emitted from here, what was this emitter current consisting of? It consisted of the electron diffusion current plus hole diffusion current. That is what actually the diffusion current is, because when I forward bias this junction, this EB junction, emitter base junction, what happens? The majority carriers of P moves towards N and the majority carriers of N move towards P. So therefore that will constitute the entire emitter current. Now out of this entire emitter current, some of the electrons, now this emitter current when reached the base, some of it combined with a few electrons present in base and the remaining went to the collector. So that means the this IB, that is the base current, will be very small because very few recombination took place in the base region and the remaining went to the collector. So we can say that emitter current IE is equal to IB plus IC. But in this case, IB is very small. So we can say that IE is approximately equal to IC. There is not much difference between the collector current and the emitter current. So in this circuit, when this transistor is put into a circuit, this collector current becomes the output current and the emitter current becomes the input current. It is somewhat like this. You can visualize it like that, right? That whatever you are getting at the collector end, that is your output, and whatever you are providing at the emitter end is your input. So this is basically how the current flows inside a transistor. Okay, so now let us talk about the direction of the conventional current. Now in this case, what happened? What was the direction of the charge carriers? In this case, if you look at the direction of charge carriers from emitter to base, holes moved from emitter towards base. Now direction in which holes move is the direction of conventional current, because conventional current is always opposite to the direction of electron current. So if hole is moving in this direction, that means conventional current is also moving in this direction, right? So when we draw the symbol for a PNP transistor, this is N, this is P, this is P. So this is your emitter, this is your base, and this is your collector. So this is how you draw a PNP. So what will be the direction of arrow? This is emitter and this is base. Direction of arrow will be from emitter to base. So this is how you will represent PNP. Whereas if you want to represent an NPN transistor, in that case what would be the direction of arrow? Had this been, okay, we will discuss about the NPN transistor in the next slide. So I hope you understood how the current flow takes place in case of a transistor. Okay, now let us look at the NPN transistor here. In this case, what happens? This region N has majority of electrons, right? And it is positively and it is forward biased. So because of this negative voltage, all the electrons present here, they start moving towards the electron base junction, right? That is electron diffusion take place. Similarly, the holes which are present on the P side, they also start moving towards the N side, but in P side, if you see, there are only 2 holes, whereas there are so many electrons on N side. That is because the emitter is heavily doped, so it has more free electrons, but the base is lightly doped, so it has lesser number of majority carriers, right? So the current will be constituted, total current will be equal to the electron current plus the hole current. Now whatever electrons enter into the base region, some very few of them will recombine with the holes present in the base region, and the rest of it will go to the collector region. So IE is equal to IB plus IC. Now IB being very small, we can say that IE is approximately equal to IC. So in this case, what would be the direction, or how do we represent it symbolically? NPN transistor. If this is N, this is P, this is N, what would be the direction of conventional current? In this case, if you see, the electrons are moving from emitter to base, right? That means the direction of conventional current will be from P to N. That means from P to N. So this would be the direction of conventional current. So that is why we represent the arrow in this way in case of NPN and PNP respectively. So I hope I am able to explain you that how the charge carriers move inside a PNP and NPN transistor. Okay. Now also there are few more things to notice here, is that the potential difference which exists. Now as in case of a PN junction, there is always a potential difference between the P side and the N side. So here also that potential difference exists, and that is denoted by VEB. That is the potential between the emitter and base. Similarly, you have VCB, that is the potential between the collector and the base, right? So these are some of the small things which will help you to understand bigger concepts. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.